Greetings and hallucinations to all you folks out there. It is time for a free-for-all on the Four Corners. Now, game is about a week old, so if somebody else casted it and you've already seen it, I do apologize for that, but I could not resist the temptation of casting this one because it is full of 2K plus players. We have Solus, Son Goku, who is Blackheart, Mad Mozart, and the infamous Luxie. So these are some guys you don't see in game very often, and I've only casted them a couple of times, and I really wanted to cast this game in this situation. So we're going to see how these guys handle the free-for-all game, and hopefully there will be some good action in it. They are all going Cybran, every last one of them. So this is, all things equal, a true test of skill. Now, Luxie is doing something very interesting here. He is sending First Engineer across the water to steal Solus's mass. He is going to suck up all of those civilian buildings right there, right off the bat. Now, unfortunately, he is going to run into an engineer right there. So that is going to reclaim his engineer. That was an awesome move. I love to see stuff like that. But that is going to get denied, so not quite as much fun as could have been had. Alright, we've got guys going for mass extractor upgrades. Let's see, I think that describes most of the players. Yes. They are getting that early reclaim and doing some upgrading to their ecos so that they can build more and bigger things later on. Blackheart, I'm going to call him Blackheart. Son Goku is really hard to say all the time. Kind of a little bit of a tongue twister. Alright. He is jumping into the water, going for frigates. I am not going to question his choices because he is a much better player than I am, but I don't really see the strategic relevance of frigates. So, he's building a sub first. So we'll just have to see how he does on that. Luxie is going to begin a torpedo defense, stop it while he's upgrading something else, and then carry on with business as usual in a moment. I would see the major advantage of having Tech 2 naval because the Salem would basically have reach of the entire land masses and be able to walk up. That's interesting. Smoke has decided that he wants none of this naval push, so he is going to walk across the water and reclaim one of the factories. Unfortunately, the combined might of a torpedo defense and a T1 sub is going to force him back out of the water, so he is going to go on that way. We got a bomber coming in. The Tech 1 Air Factory has been destroyed. I think that is a reclaim. And then that Tech 1 bomber is going to provide some harassment and try to kill off as many engineers as it possibly can until it gets downed by that Tech 1 anti-air. Got Tech 2 land. Going to see a Cybran engineer immediately followed by another engineer. I would love to see some Wagners. It would be an absolutely hysterical move. Luxie's going to run to the front and build up that torpedo defense and push those submarines back off his shore. Mad Mozart is getting some Medusas online to deal with those frigates. These mass extractors are vulnerable. The frigates can kill those, so the Tech 1 artillery is going to be a nice little tool, stunning that frigate and laying down some damage. Solus has picked the single most exposed position possible on this map to pull his upgrade. So, I might question his brilliance in this situation. That is probably going to be the torpedo upgrade. Yes, it is. He is going to calmly walk across the water with the most epic of torp upgrades. If I were him, I would be going southwards right now in order to pull denial on this naval factory before multiple destroyers get built. Because at the moment, this ACU can actually take on a couple of Tech 2 destroyers and win. Alright, we've got a tactical missile launcher going after that naval factory. One more missile. There it is. That factory is going down. And then I'm sure he is going to start punching at the base. There is a TAC defense up here, but one TAC defense is not going to stop the Cybran TAC launcher. As we all know, The tack launcher does split when it gets hit by TMD, so 1 to 2 of the missiles will still reach the target. 2 of them will hit a target that is in front of the tack defense. Alright, Solus, that is Iridium / Deathly, I think. He is going to jump in the water and lay down a Tech 2 upgrade that is coming off of 54 mass per tick. Luxie's actually leading with 56. He does have plenty of eco to rush. There it is. He is going to rush a cruiser first for the anti-air capabilities. That is a smart choice, I think. That will help cover him. And that is the tack launch. He is rushing the TMD. Hopefully he can get that cruiser out very quickly, and that will help deny that tack launcher. I think between the tack defense and a cruiser sitting right outside here, he will actually be able to completely deny that tack launcher. Pardon me, I was inhaling all kinds of nasty things at work today, and my throat is a bit scratchy, so I might have a little bit of a cough. Hopefully I can mute out the mic for most of it though. Alright, TMD is online, cruiser is almost finished, and you see here, that is actually a brilliant move. Ground firing the tack where it will damage the unit that is being built in the factory. That is a very handy tactic, and one that you can exploit as you will. Tech 2 stationary artillery going down, that is, I've got to say, that is actually a good thing on this map, because none of the Tech 2 Navy for Cybran can outrange the Tech 2 stationary artillery. So that will actually be able to pull naval denial, and you can see this artillery reaches all the way to the naval factory, so it will be able to put a hurting on the build power. 2 cruisers out for Solus now. He is making a move on Luxie. Now Luxie does have the best eco out of anyone, and I think it is showing. The other players can see that, and honestly in a free-for-all it's kind of balancing on a knife's edge. You don't want to look too strong, because if you look too strong everyone will gang up and kill you, but on the other hand, if you're the weakest player, they might come and kill you anyway just to take your base. So something you got to keep an eye out on. I would love to see some ground fire going on. At the moment the anti-air is not flipped. This cruiser could literally be laying down 3 times as much damage on that base if the firing mode were toggled. And that stealth boat is going to come in very handy. The destroyer, or the Gunthers, cannot maintain a target on these cruisers with that stealth boat out there. It is going to land a shot there. The scout stream was a good choice. It does burn a lot of mass, but it will let you actually target what you're trying to kill. Alright, 2 cruisers now focus firing. Those pitiful Cybran shields will eventually fall, but like I said, if he's not toggling the damage, if he's not toggling the firing mode, he's losing out on 2/3 of his potential damage, which is really sad to see at this point, because he could have killed that artillery by now if he were using his units properly. I'm honestly amazed that a 2K player is making that mistake. My goodness, that already has a lot of reach. It's actually killing off the tack defense in the north, and we're probably going to see some use. No, he reclaimed that tack launcher. And we have a Gunther over here for Son Goku. He actually has 4 of them, and they reach pretty far into the base, so he's going to be taking down the shielding for Solus. That's going to help Solus out a lot. He is going to be able... There, he finally flipped the targeting mode. You can see the nano dart launcher is finally spraying across the base, dealing that large area of effect, even though it has horrible accuracy. I mean, absolutely horrid. It will help out. That is actually probably a tool best used versus shields. It is a good shield breaker, but its accuracy is so bad that it has a hard time hitting single targets. Alright, got more artillery going up. Gonna pull a fast shield upgrade for that instantaneous regen, but the shield is going to go down again, and those cruisers are going to start laying in a ton of fire. Good hit from the Artie. That's one cruiser down, and another, thank goodness for Ved, or that one would have been dead. And Luxie is ever so calmly continuing to tech up. He has trebuchets. He is dropping a brick. Very nice. Dropping a brick into Solas's base. And this is a single brick, mind you. But there's basically nothing that Solas can do, because he has no ground units. He does not have enough navy to kill a brick. That single brick is going to straight up demolish Deathly. That is amazing. I love it. Luxie, you never cease to surprise me. Alright, Blackheart is throwing up some more Tech 2 power to supply power for these artillery that are launching away, creating a lot of mayhem. Mad Mozart is going for Tech 3 power. So he is going for some kind of upgrading or another. Not sure what exactly he's doing, but... two Tech 3 mass extractors down thanks to that brick. He needs to micro it, though. Already very nearly taking out that cruiser. And it is going to go down. That brick is now free to wander at will through the base. Gonna see every single mass extractor killed. Luxie shows no mercy. He's going to remove Deathly from the game. Deathly does have a Torpcom, and he's getting another upgrade here. I have to see what that is when he gets it. If he gets it. There, he got it. That was Stealth. He now has Tech 3, Stealth, and Torpedo. So he could feasibly survive for an extended period of time just by hiding in the water. This brick. I'm... And then to add insult to injury, he is going to come across and try to reclaim that base. Finally, that brick is going to go down. That was like a super brick. I fail to come up with words to describe the terror that that brick brought down upon Solas. I feel sorry for him, to be completely honest. He still has one lonely cruiser that is going to take down that factory before it achieves Tech 2. So that is going to keep Luxie out of the water, and Blackheart is just continuing to build up this huge group of artillery, shielding. He's got SAMs. He's basically eco-whoring and turtling. So who would have thought it would come to this? Blackheart is actually being a turtle. Oh, that's awesome. All right. Mozart is on 2... I'm not sure what upgrade he's getting. Possibly Ras? He has 2 Tech 3 power generators, and he's still stalling power. Oh, Monkey Lord! What do you know? Luxie used that monkey to obliterate Solas. That... my goodness. I kind of missed that monkey being built. Sorry about that, guys. But that was kind of funny nonetheless. Luxie just... single-minded focus. He is going to take Deathly out of the game. Alright, let's see how Mozart fares. He does have the Mazer upgrade. Combined with a couple of overcharges, he is easily going to deal with that monkey. And that is going to net him the reclaim to possibly finish this Soul Ripper. He is slowly getting beaten down by Blackheart. This is... Blackheart is looking like the dominant player, to be completely honest, although Luxie does have a nice group of reclaim over here that he is going to be able to use to push Tech 3 Navy. That is going to mean battleships, which can equal the range of the Tech 2 artillery, and hopefully allow him to destroy that fire base that is being a pain in everyone's right buttocks at the moment. Maybe this Soul Ripper will do something to remedy the situation, but as little mass as Mozart has, he only has 115 mass income. That Soul Ripper is going to take quite a while to build. At this point in time, if Luxie and Mozart don't team up and try to kill Blackheart, I think Blackheart wins this. He is building SAMs out on the water and placing his ACU in the safety of the pond, taking no chances. Let's see if he does have that Soul Ripper scouted. You can trust Blackheart to gather good intel. We've got another Soul Ripper started by Luxie, but it is being abandoned. He decided to go for another Monkey Lord, which honestly I kind of think might be better than the Soul Ripper, because the Monkey Lord, you can jump out of the water right in range of the Tech 2 artillery and hopefully do some demolition on that base. And Mozart has an insane grid, building all of this Tech 1 anti-air. I suppose that gives false targets and also denies drops. There's nowhere for drops to land, really. Alright, Mozart has his ACU across. He's pushing the Soul Ripper, but he is going to pull it back. He has the Mazer. Luxie is going to hide in the water. He's going to snatch away that Tech 3 naval factory. Blackheart saying, "Fear the Tech 1 anti-air," because that Soul Ripper honestly did shed about 3/4 of its health right off the bat. Not Blackheart, Mozart is doing terrible things to Luxie's base. Holy cow. That does not look healthy anymore. Luxie is trying to rush an upgrade. Might be Ras, I'm not 100% sure. Just to give himself something to fall back on. And he is going to build up Tech 1 point defense for some unknown reason. And continue to walk on his way. Alright, Luxie might need to take up residence in this base over here pretty quickly. Looks like Mozart is going to be building up some factories to try and push into this area and claim it for his own. He is building factories in Luxie's base. That is going to be Reclaim. Those are going to be engineers for Reclaim. He is going to build something else nasty. A Megalith. Yes. If he can reclaim this entire base, which there is a freaking crap load of mass. We've got a half-built Monkey Lord wreck. We've got multiple Tech 3, well, one Tech 3 PGen, Tech 3 HQ. Lots of reclaim up there. Luxie is going to be murdered by his own base, basically, is what we're getting at here. Unfortunately, that Megalith is being built within range of the Gunthers. So those Gunthers are going to start spreading fire across the channel and putting some hurt on that. Let's go ahead and check Blackheart. He does not have that scouted. That is just a blank spot on his radar, but the engineers are within range. So, ooh, Luxie, close call. Going to get forced back into the water by that Soul Ripper. That Soul Ripper's not looking healthy, and unfortunately there is no place to pick up Vet. So, no regen. That is a bad thing about the Soul Ripper. It does not have any stock regen. Can be a pain, although it is a beast when it starts vetting up. We've got bricks building up for protection up here for Mad Mozart, and he is not reclaiming. Yeah, he is reclaiming. There's one engineer reclaiming at the moment. Alrighty. Luxie, not Luxie, Mad Mozart, who has taken up residence in Luxie's base, does have the cloaking upgrade, which makes his ACU completely invisible unless you have Omni. He has to get within range of the ACU or within range of a radar that has the Omni upgrade. Otherwise, he cannot be shot at. You can guess at the location of the Mazer origination, and you can ground fire behind the ACU in hopes of hitting him, but you cannot actually acquire a target on that ACU as long as the cloak is up and he does not step inside Omni range. But Blackheart, I'm sure, has Omni in here somewhere. I cannot spot it right off the bat with my eyes, but I am sure. There it is, right there. Yes, he has Omni. So, unfortunately, ew. Mozart, you need to get on your game here. That Megalith is just sitting there taking damage from those two cruisers when it should be moving and vetting up. You need to get on that El Pronto. Alright, Blackheart does have pretty much the whole map covered in Omni, so the cloak upgrade was basically useless. Alrighty, that Megalith is going to pull over and kill one of the cruisers. I would be more aggressive with that though, because all you have to do is step halfway across the channel and you can start laying down a ton of fire, basically eliminate all of the naval competition and start plowing your way into the base. That Megalith has health to spare. The Gunthers do not do a whole lot of damage, unfortunately. And that Megalith could probably win the game at this exact moment, possibly running over to and trampling Blackheart to death. It does have over 300 damage per second torpedoes as well as the cannons. So it doesn't matter whether Blackheart's in the water or out, that Megalith can kill him. So it needs to be pushing instead of just absorbing fire and skirting around the edges. Mozart is going to throw up Tech 3 P-Gens. Well, one at least. He does still have his own at home, but I think he is fearing for the health of this base down here. Luxy celebrating the fact that he has a T1 Mex, and immediately it gets shot down. So sad. And Mozart is going to attempt to build a Scathus. I question his sanity because he is building the Scathus within range of the Gunthers, I think. Yes. The Gunthers can be fired and or ground fired upon the location of that Scathus, so even if it does finish, it's not going to do him a whole lot of good. That Megalith is starting to tear through the Navy, but it's just taking so much fire. It's so sad to watch. Mozart could have... Oh, almost killing Luxy again. Mozart could have wiped everything out if he had just applied pressure with that Megalith early instead of... I think that thing lost probably 25,000 health, if not more, just from hanging around while it was absorbing fire from units that it could have killed. So that's very, very sad to watch. Alright, Bricks are going to cross the channel. We're going to see how they do against all these Tech 1 point defense. Apparently Blackheart is a huge fan of Tech 1. I did not know this, but he has many Tech 1 defenses. Although this is understandable because when you have a small amount of area to cover, Tech 1 has more damage than Tech 2 mass for mass. It just has shorter range. That is most of the advantage that you get with Tech 2 defensive units, is that they have more range. And that Megalith is still alive. Cannot believe it. Probably needs to dive in the water and approach from the northern side. I believe the torps on the Megalith outrange the Tech 2 stationary torp defense. There is a harm there, but I think he could ground fire it out of the situation without too much trouble. The Soul Ripper... still parked up here. Well, Mozart definitely has a knack for keeping his T4s alive. He still has his original 2 T4s that he built. He is pushing Navy at the moment. He has abandoned the Scathus half built. Lexi commenting on how boring the game is getting. We're just seeing Blackheart turtle. Harder and harder and harder turtle. Luxy keeps trying to come out on land. Mozart should ground fire. I believe the Beetle actually has enough area of effect to ground fire that commander. Well, maybe not standing in the middle of the channel, but definitely when he's standing on the edge of the channel, Mozart could kill him. I think he's just tormenting him and keeping him alive. Oh, the Megalith is going to go down. No. Actually, that was a Control K for the purpose of reclaim. That was actually a nice move by Mozart. He is going to reclaim that Megalith to fast build. Look at that income. He's actually going to overflow mass. Not cool. Alright, now he's going down. He may have enough mass to actually finish that Scathus. That is impressive. Got Tech 1 bomber spam coming in for Blackheart, when was the last time you saw a Soul Ripper actually playing defensive airs, trying to take out as many Tech 1 bombers as he could with the Soul Ripper? Whether that was auto-targeting or manual, I know not, but it was funny nonetheless. Air superiority Ripper for the win. Alright, Tech 1 bombers trying to attack the main base, but unfortunately not being quite as successful. The Skaithus is still going up slowly but surely. There is enough mass and storage, I think, as long as Mozart prioritizes, to get that thing online. The only thing he's going to have to worry about is building enough SAMs and shields to protect the dang thing, because Blackheart has Tech 3 air and in great quantity. So gunships and the likes are around. There is already a SAM. He's building more. Actually, that is straight SAM spam. And the Skaithus begins its firing cycle. Looks like it is going to fire on the Tech 1 anti-air. Nope, it is the power. Just, yes. You can see how bad the accuracy is on the Skaithus. That is the Tech 3 air gone. Blackheart now has no chance of air superiority, and he's going to have to rely on ground units. Mozart has made a very smart move, though. He has a huge quantity of bricks. All of these SAMs. There is a Salem out there that is putting a hurting on that thing. Tech 3 ACU with plenty of income, though. He is going to be able to spam up shields faster than the Salem can kill it. Those bricks are going to be able to knock that thing out of commission, and I think that might be game for Blackheart. Blackheart is ground firing his arty into it. Mozart building shields like his life depends on it. The arty installation is down thanks to the Skaithus, and I think that is going to be game for Mozart. And the Cybran Turtle fails once again. I'm actually surprised that Blackheart lost this. I'm not completely understanding what happened here, but kudos to Mozart for pulling out a Skaithus on 4 corners in an hour-long free-for-all on a 10-kilometer map. You're welcome for running this one at +4. I know there's some people who don't like +4 casts, but when you have a game this long, +4 makes it bearable. Alright, basically waiting for the ACUs to die now. Blackheart is going to suicide into that harm that Luxy slaved over for days and hours and months to get up, considering the fact that he only has a whopping 13 eco. He must have been able to get resource allocation online before. Yes, he did. And Luxy is the last one alive, and he has only his comm. I think we might be about to see... Oh, the Monkey Lord's online! Run in, monkey! There's a ton of bricks, but you might be able to get onto shore. Luxy is going to accompany the bricks, and the bricks are such pitiful torpedo weapons. The Monkey Lord is going to come out of the water and try to kill off the bricks. Will it succeed? Yes, actually. That is surprising. It was able to kill those off, but the Monkey Lord is going to go down to the Mazer, and Luxy is down. That is game. Mad Mozart rules the world now. He has killed Blackheart and Luxy in the same game. I think the universe just broke. And that is going to wrap up this cast. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for sticking around and watching it, and I will see you in the next cast.